Well, welcome to Drunk, A Song of Ice and Fire after Thrones The Hangover. I'm Chloe, Lies in Arbor on Twitter. I'm here with Elena. Say hello, Elena.
Hey guys, I'm back again. The Bear Air on Twitter is ready to roll.
No Kevin this week again. We're giving him another day off. He's having a life, so.
He's had a
It's
long
just
24 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just us girls. Sorry. So I guess you're stuck with us. What? Hold on. First off, what did you drink tonight, Elena?
What did I drink tonight? Oh, that's a good question. I drank I drank Coke and vodka because I'm classy. You know me, boo.
Me immediately. Ew.
Whatever, don't judge me.
No judgment. I had a weekend. My dad's 50th birthday party was this weekend. He's very young. I'm very young, whatever. But yeah, so his party. So I was doing a lot of drunk housekeeping at this party. Everybody was just into it. It was a night. It was a night for sure. But so I took it easy tonight. I started off with a shade of the evening drink.
Oh heavens!
And then I moved on to whiskey and Coke. So, and it's going all right though. It's not bad. It was a good, and you know what? I just want to come out and say that was a great episode. Holy crap! This episode was good. What was this episode called? Spoils of War.
Yes.
Spoils of War.
I was like, shit, I don't know.
It was really good. I was saying earlier to Elena before we were recording, I think I'm invested again. I think I remembered why I love this show. I fell back in love with the show tonight. Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, guys. Like, a really long time.
I knew they would find their way back on the path to R'hllor or Jesus or whatever. So
the old gods will protect them. It'll be okay.
Yeah, the old gods. They found the old gods in this episode. Even if all of it was pretty much fanfic, that's what they excel at when there's no connections to adaptation of the book. That's the only thing they're good at, I feel like, sometimes.
Whoops.
So we open... Whoops. It's true, though. It's easier when they can either go, like, one of each way, like, either fully off the spectrum or, like, on the spectrum of the books. But we opened up on the Tarly army knocking and pulling with their bows and arrows. So that was crazy. That whole battle was from start to finish, if we're looking at it as one arc, that was nuts.
Yeah. Like, just...
that was a good battle.
It was. It was very excellent. It was shot very well.
I felt better about seeing some more of Highgarden, like, from the outside-ish, even. I felt like they did it... I'm not saying that I unfairly judged them. I still think Highgarden should have looked a little better and a little bigger. But I am saying that, like, let's cut them a little slack. They did show it more this episode, and it was a much bigger run, still albeit not what I imagined or expected or etc. But it was better than what I thought. So
definitely. I agree. I went into this episode with very low expectations. So
that's the best way to do it, honestly.
I was pleasantly shocked.
Yeah, this episode really mildly but pleasantly surprised me. I wouldn't say it was I left it going, wow, what a great episode. I really love the show again. I can't believe I would ever say that I love the show again, because they betrayed my trust seasons ago. But
yeah, same.
I left this episode feeling really well about it. However, also I was whelmed. I wasn't really underwhelmed like I was last episode. I was whelmed, though. I was like, I'm an appropriate amount of appreciation of this episode. Everything they did led into it, the rest really well for the most part. Let's see, we got a lot of Bronn and Jaime in that scene. I loved that. Again, I'm invested in the fan service, as we've said, and Bronn and Jaime are the bro TP. They're buddies. They're cowboy buddy cop films. I get it. I liked it. though. I embraced it this episode. I had this serenity about this season. I just can't be as mad as I want to be.
It's so strange, guys. I've been
I
listening to her bitch
know.
about this show for like 3 years now.
Here I am, just the beacon, the photo of serenity, of hope. I'm just sitting here going, it's fine.
That's
It's
terrifying.
fine. Yeah, it is a little terrifying. I'm a little worried, but we'll go on. They're doing a lot of good exposition on like the small supporting members, like the Tarleys. I actually really like the recast for Dickon, and I really think that of all the side characters they've developed, the Tarleys have a really good development. Like they are really, I'm into it. I'm into it.
I can get behind it. I can rock it.
And they're still, their whole like arc this season is getting drawn out and kind of developed a bit, which is nice for a side story that you know is going to end probably poorly. I mean,
especially
no
by the end of this episode.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they were even still chilling, you know?
Yeah.
They'd be dead by now. I thought they would be dead by now. I don't know.
Honestly, I kind of figured they'd be dead by now.
Yeah. Same.
I thought they would have killed him off, like, attacking Highgarden, to be honest.
So, and that's another thing that I have to apologize and say, like, sorry, I prejudged you, Thrones, because I thought by now they would have killed them off. It would not have. I just thought that plot was going to go nowhere.
Pretty much.
I think they're still going to die, but I mean, they've actually given it a little bit of oomph to grow on, a little bit of a foundation, which is nice considering the source.
Yeah.
Next scene was Bran with his little hoodie, his fur-lined hoodie.
Oh, he was adorable.
I know, right? I was like, oh, you little guy, you little raven, you
and
little
he's just chilling out. Just chilling out, sitting in his chair, up in his room.
Creeping out Littlefinger, what a good boy.
Well, first, I enjoyed the fact that Littlefinger at first was like, listen, I'm gonna creep the fuck out of you. I'm gonna be like, hey bro, what's up? I'm gonna schmooze. I'm gonna schmooze. We're gonna get legit here. We're gonna get close. And Bran was just like, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I don't think I need that. So
I think it was really good on a narrative level to see Littlefinger finally, like, somebody showing him up, because
yes.
Littlefinger is so in the show, it's very obvious we know Littlefinger sucks.
Yep.
He's just the little annoying dude that vapes with like a neck beard that sometimes he shaves it, whatever. And he vapes again. And it's just hard to watch because you're like, I hate him, this skeezy, gross, grimy guy. I hate him so much. But in the books, you don't get as much of that as much as you get point of view characters that are realizing he's gross.
Yeah.
But no one else thinks he's gross. He's just this guy that's really good at finding money, and he's kind of sneaky and kind of quiet and poor. And people like don't think much of him because he's just an underling. He's just like this little underdog that's chilling, but he's real. We know he's slimy. We know.
Yep.
But you have to remember who he's seen as. So if you keep that in mind and kind of put your own canon on top of it like that, and you see Bran being like, yo, chaos is a ladder, and Littlefinger be like, what the fuck what'd you just say?
How'd you just quote me? Why'd you just, I haven't said that to you yet.
That's
what the hell?
Him. That was Littlefinger going, oh shit, I'm shook, what the fuck, like what just happened? Oh no, like someone's on my level is basically what that was, because he's clever.
Yeah.
He's a clever man. He didn't get this far from being pretty much next to Lowborn.
Yep.
Without being clever. So
yep.
It's interesting if you bear all that in mind and make it deeper than it is, because it ain't that deep, y'all. It ain't that deep. It isn't. It is not that deepeth. But if you pretend it is, damn, right?
Then it can be.
It can be. If you can make it meta, like, it's meta. That's...
Exactly.
It reminds me of if you can think it, you can shrink it. Shrinky dinks, right? Like if you can.
Oh shit! I forgot about those.
You can meta it for sure.
Oh my god. There's a flashback.
Some 90s shit.
Basically.
The next scene is still Bran.
Yeah.
Mira. With my girl.
Poor Mira, baby. She's like, I've been through so much bullshit for you, and I don't get shit back. I just want to go the fuck home.
It hurts because, for me, to watch Ashara Dane's daughter... Don't judge me.
Let's see. How many minutes? We got 10 minutes into this episode, and then you mentioned Ashara Dane for the first time. 10 and a half.
Have I said her name in the last two? No, I have not.
I think you have.
I think you're a liar and you can't prove it. Anyways.
I think we have recordings.
Ashara Dane's daughter, Mira Reed, dragged Brandon Stark. I'm shook. Brandon Stark through the Great North, away from fucking ice zombies, and she had to kill her brother, and she was so tired and brave, and she just kept going, even when, like, she wanted to die and stop, and she kept going.
Little Energizer Bunny. She just keeps going and going and going.
She deserves love. But anyways, so Bran was all like, yo.
Mira who?
No need for, like, new phone, who dis? Like, that's all that conversation was. He was like, bye, don't need you, bye. Like, don't even remember the last year, like, 5 I've had with you. Like, bye.
Who are you again?
Exactly. It was, and so it's hard because I get where they're going with Bran's character with this, and it actually makes narrative sense.
Yeah.
What they're doing, however, they didn't precedent it.
Nope.
And they're expecting us to get it. Like, it's a little reachy, but I know that's where we're going. Like, as we've discussed, that's kind of where the rest of the show's going to go. You're just going to have to take all the big, sparkly, flashy moments, and the in-between is a grain of salt. I mean, I'm not upset about it. I'm happy about it, whatever. I'll watch. As I said tonight, I'm invested again, man. Like, this episode really killed it for me. It really killed it.
Okay. So,
I don't know about you, but...
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I really enjoyed it. As I said, I went in with low expectations, and they definitely stepped over those.
Yeah. Mira Reed, though, she's going home to Howland. I think we won't see her this season. That's it. I don't think we're going to get her this season again. I don't. I think that was it for Ellie this season. I think we will see Mira in season 8 with a cameo, maybe with her dad cast as, like, an older Howland Reed.
Fair.
Maybe. We won't see Ashara Dane because they don't care about me.
Nobody does.
No one does. But the next scene we can fast forward to here is... Oh, you're looking at me with that smile, and I look at you with that smile, and we're just smiling. Let's just not take your butt. Y'all, another Stark.
Arya comes home.
So yeah, Arya came home.
Arya came home, and I have a lot of emotions.
I kind of felt like the guard bullshit.
Whatever.
But, like, it didn't cheapen the moment because... that moment, no one could take that moment from me. Nope. Every single Arya and Sansa quote that I'd ever read came to life. Like, Arya, thousands of years ago, she'd known a girl who loved lemon cakes. Sansa, like, there was even a little girl that looked like Arya. Like, you can't fight me on this reunion.
You can't do that.
I'm trying to say. This reunion was a long time coming. I deserved it. You deserved it. My acne overnight cleared up. I am
for this
hydrated.
moment.
I've drank enough water. My crops are prospering. I'm having a great life after this reunion. How are you feeling, Elena? Are you feeling pretty full?
I feel blessed. I feel very blessed.
Yeah, I feel like marshmallow, like a big melty pile of marshmallow.
I feel like the gods have smiled down upon me on this day. Cause the fact that, like, the guards were like, she was just here. I don't know where she went. And she's just like, I know.
Maisie is doing so well. She is killing it. She's murdering it. She is hysterical. Her acting is perfect. She's connecting with the audience. She's connecting with the character.
Oh, yeah.
It's all working. I'm very impressed. Maisie has truly evolved a ton on this show from the very first season to now. And she's really grown into the character. She's one of the people that when I read the books, that's who I see. Is Maisie as Arya. That's who I see.
Yep. She's done absolutely amazing. Like, she fucking slayed.
And then the crypts, man. Okay,
crypts.
First off, the crypts. Sansa at a desk, like, doing paperwork and figuring out finances and, like, directing people. Like, that was my kink this episode. That was what I was into. Sansa was killing it.
Yeah,
like,
she
that
was.
is what, if only we had had a season that set up Sansa learning how to do that. Wow, that would have been really nice. But
no, we got to see her get raped by Ramsay for season.
Anyways, Sansa in the crypts with Arya, and I had read the leaks on this, and I had felt like there was supposed to be more of a moment, like before the hug. The hug happens, and it was amazing. But like in the leak I read, they acted like there was a thing before that made Sansa and Arya be at stances. Like really weird that they said that even. But anyways, I digress. So when I watched it, it was pretty instantaneous, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like Sansa and Arya were together, ready, let's hug. Like that was Sansa didn't skip a beat. She was just like, "That's my sister. It was just really beautiful."
Bring it in.
Yep. I want to hug you. I want to hug someone right now. That was a lot. I want to hug someone.
I understand.
And then Sansa immediately talking about Jon with Arya. When he sees you, his heart might stop.
Oh God, my heart.
And then all I can think is just, Needle was Jon Snow's smile.
Why would you do that to me? Why?
I'm sorry. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm suffering. But my children are all together for the most part. Like, they're all... This is a lot for me. This is everything that the last 6 seasons promised that someday would happen. They were like, this will someday happen. You're someday going to get this. And...
we got it.
We got it.
We got it.
This is big. This is a big night for Game of Thrones fans.
It really is. Like, honestly, the only thing that can top this night is when Arya and Jon meet again, and I'm just gonna sit there and sob hysterically. Like, y'all will be able to hear me, just like across the world. You'll just hear me start sobbing hysterically, and you'll be like, that's it. That's Elena. That's the barrier chick.
I think I'm happiest because the amount of discourse in the Sansa Arya scene was minimal, and I was really worried the whole season they were going to try to play them against each other, but I really feel like they're not going to do that. I feel like they are going to embrace their sisterhood and their differences. So I'm interested to see how this plot progresses. I know in the next 2 episodes we're going to see a lot with that.
Yeah, we will.
The next scene was all of our kids and the gods went together. Oh heck! They are all together.
Yeah, I saw this scene and I'm just like, they're all back with the old gods. And then the first thing that came to my mind is the quote from Sansa: "A god's wood without gods is as empty as me."
Oh, honey, no. That's one of my favorite quotes, you know that, right?
Yeah, but they're back with the old gods.
I'm thinking of for a tattoo,
but they're back with the old gods, so she's not empty anymore.
What it reminded me of, this scene was really reminiscent for me of in the books when Arya and Sansa in King's Landing go with Ned to the Godswood and pray with him, and they pray about Bran, and Sansa is all crying because it's beautiful and wants Bran to get better, and Arya's upset in general about Bran. And it was just like a beautiful moment between the fans. It's one of our last beautiful moments we get with this family, and it's the last moment that Ned really tries to hang out with his kids before he ends up dying. So it's sad, but it echoed in my head. This whole episode, it echoed for sure. But then that interaction with Brienne and Podrick was really nice after.
Yeah.
The acceptance where he goes, "My lady," and she goes, "I'm not," and she just lets it slide. She goes, "Sure," because that was really nice to me. That was
she's like,
okay.
Was
a nice step of their growth and progression and time of being together in lady and squireship. I don't know what to call it, but yeah, it was nice. It was a nice interaction.
It was good. I enjoyed that. Next scene is
I don't want to talk about it. I'm so mad.
We can skip
Why
over
are they
it.
doing this?
Okay.
No, we have to talk about it.
I mean, we
We
don't.
can't just. I know that we're objectively we have to cover this stuff, okay? But
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I know. So technically, we don't have to.
Anyways, so there are caverns on Dragonstone, and Jon and Daenerys got to go flirting some. Let's talk about it.
So, like, basically, he leads her down in these caves, and like has a torch, so he has some nice mood lighting, and I'm just like, okay, where's the Marvin Gaye?
Let's get it on. Dude, could they have set up the
Let's
flirting
make love
more
tonight.
obvious?
Right?
Please?
Like at one point, John and Danny like walked way far deep in the cave there, and they were just talking. I'm like, what the fuck happened to Missandei? Like, where did she go?
And she had that scene with Davos that was really nice before.
It was.
That was great, but like, where did she go? She just disappeared in that scene. She was all like telling Danny about her hookup. She's like, "Yeah, girl, I got it in. I feel that."
And then Danny
calling
was
you
like,
next time it happens for me, I would be like, "Hey, girl, got it in." Like, Sunday Danny style. I'm just gonna ring, ring, ring. I like that you're trying to conquer how awkward that was.
Yep.
I'm leaving it
And
in.
I can't.
I'm not editing this out. I'm leaving it in.
God damn it. I don't get paid enough for this.
No, you're just gonna have to love me for who I am.
God damn it.
Miss and die, miss and bye. I'm sorry.
The nonsense I have to deal with?
Anyways.
Too strong?
So Jon Snow has taken Dany to show her that dragon glass.
Ba-dum-bum.
Hey! They're obviously setting it up hard now. They're shoveling in our face. They're like, Jon and Daenerys. I'm supposed to ship it, they say. And I'm like, I don't want to ship it, I say. So...
And I just don't.
I don't want to fuck my aunt. Do you want to fuck your aunt?
I'm gonna puke.
That's what I thought. I mean, I thought you didn't want to fuck your aunt. Not that you were gonna puke, but I mean, here we are.
Can you stop?
No. So, so that soundtrack was interesting. Ramen did some interesting stuff there. But if that becomes the Daenerys theme, like, I'll kill myself. I will throw myself from the Pale Stone Sword if that is the Daenerys theme now. Because it was like a new song we've never heard.
It probably will be. Like, it'll pop up anytime they start talking about each other or thinking about each other.
It'll be like an acoustic-y soft version, like pretty soft piano. God damn it. And they're all looking at those drawings, and 3-year-olds literally drew those drawings. It was not Children of the Forest. Like, it was definitely 3-year-olds, because those drawings were sloppy at best.
So, like, our, one of our good friends, the lady Shelly on Twitter, I actually retweeted something about this from her, and she's like, $5 says John made those scribbles.
It wouldn't surprise me. He's got a crush. You know that Mandy Moore song, Crush? I've got a crush on you. That song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was John, that whole scene. He was like,
basically.
I got a crush. It was, yeah. I mean, it was good chemistry because literally I sat there through the whole scene and I was like, God damn it, they're gonna fuck. The thing it was good chemistry is what I'm saying, because I knew.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, these stupid bitches, they're gonna bang like bunnies. God damn it.
They're just gonna hop on each other, and yeah.
I don't deserve this.
And then then once again, Dany was like, I will I will fight for the North, just bend the knee.
That's really interesting that she's not necessarily bending to him, obviously, but she's basically bending in her queenship by saying, alright, I'll fight for the North, but you need to bend the knee. Like, I will compromise and I will take your cause up, but I need you to give me something, which is obviously the first break. Like, it will happen. It's just gonna take a little.
It's so annoying. Like, because I feel like since they met up last episode, it's just been like every other word or every other sentence is bend the knee, bend the knee. Bitch, if you don't shut up soon, I'm gonna bend something else.
I never usually defend the showrunners, but something I actually really liked that they said in an interview was David and Dan, Benoff and Weiss. They said that John and Daenerys meet and there isn't instant chemistry. They're annoying to each other. Like they're like, wow, you are annoying, and I'm like, yeah, it's true. You both are annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kit Harington totally for me killed those scenes. He did really well.
My adorable baby.
Cute tush off.
He's so cute. God bless him.
He's so dumb looking. Like, I mean, I like him, but
he's adorable.
He just has that dumb look. Daenerys went into angry dragon overdrive, man.
Oh my god.
That was like a little like Mad Queen shit, right?
Yeah. Like a lot, not like a little, like a lottle.
So I think they're just trying to play up that discourse because of Cersei, but that was a lottle. You are correct. That was like, wow, that was tense. I was tense. Were you tense?
Meh. Honestly, I'm really over. I've been over Dany for like. What season are we on?
7.
For like 6 seasons. So honestly, whenever she gets all, I am the Mad King's daughter. I am the dragon, fire and blood, blah 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 blah.
Titles.
I'm just like, whatever, bitch, just shut up. Can we get to the next point? Is there somebody else that can talk now? Thank you.
I would argue only because, just to put some discourse in the show, I would argue that, like, this season especially has been interesting.
Rude.
I will agree that I feel like this discourse they're adding, with her being like, Mad King's daughter, I'm gonna burn people, I hate you. That's kind of, I'm not in agreement, but this season in general, I think I'm just invested in the plot line of her taking back her ancestral home,
yep.
and her trying to take Westeros, so that's nice, and her encountering all these, like, problems on the way. It gives her something to do. They're finally breaking her Mary Sue shit, her white savior Mary Sue kind of outfit that she's been wearing. So I'm invested a little. I'd like to see how they narratively fulfill it. This season, I can't wait to see how it ends. I mean, season 7, episode 7 especially, I'm excited for reasons. It'll be reasons. In the famous words of the first episode of Drunken Song of Ice and Fire After Thrones, The Hangover, don't at me.
Jesus Christ.
So the next scene is the sparring scene.
Yes.
That was a really satisfying scene and kind of cool.
It was.
The sparring scene was pretty cool.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the camaraderie that kind of happened between Arya and Brienne there for a few. Like, they just started playing and it was fun. I mean, did you see that big ass grin on both their faces at the end of it?
I loved it. The one thing that, not to play devil's advocate in loving this scene, but the one thing I do want to say is suspension of disbelief. All of a sudden Arya's like, you're the most famous female warrior and I want to be you. Okay.
Alright.
Like, I just felt like the last time she even knew Brienne existed, she was like, no, go fuck yourself. I'm not going with you. You're a piece of fuck. So I don't know. I feel like it's a lot for Arya's character to have processed off screen, and for us to suddenly just, like, suspend our disbelief and believe it, is all.
Well, I mean,
if we're gonna objectively characterize it, like, that was a little bit like, okay.
That was what, like season 4? The very end of season 4?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been like 3 years-ish?
But look, she hasn't said anything about them in a while. Either of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maisie was cute as hell. She was cute as a bug's ear.
Yeah, she was. As per usual, because she's adorable.
Eyebrows and her big ol' eyes. She was just cute. She was a cutie pie.
Oh, who taught you how to do that? No one. This bitch here.
The camera. There's a lot breaking.
Yeah, there was a lot.
I want we should do a wrap-up episode after all of this, like, after the finale airs, and just, like, do a drinking game joke thing, like, with that, like, drink every time through the podcast that wall breaking gets talked about.
We gon' die.
I know, our livers are gonna quit.
I mean, it's preparing us for Dragon Con, so...
Yeah, exactly! We were on the same page.
Oh yeah, anybody who's listening and is attending Dragon Con this year, we will both be there and reppin'. I don't know what the hell I'm doing for the main Game of Thrones shoot yet. I'm gonna figure that out.
Cloak Squad will be representing, so if you want to get your Lyanna Mormont back together. Otherwise, Miguel and I will be there as Jon and Sansa. I will be dressed as Season 7, Episode 7 Sansa, which has not aired yet and will air the week before Dragon Con.
So you're basically going to be the only one doing Season 7, Episode 7.
So that's what I planned for it. Miguel shipped my fabric yesterday. It's going
God.
down. Yeah, this is, we're crazy, is what I'm saying. We are crazy.
Yeah.
So, we're at the Davos and Missandei scene. Davos is killing me. He is literally my onion grandpa. I just want to hang out with him and talk about cars.
He's so cute. He's adorable.
He's trying to small talk Missandei, and she's like, okay.
He's just like, I can be cool. I can be hip with the kids.
This scene had a lot of flow into the next scene, which was Theon showing back up.
Right? That was
yeah.
That was the thing.
With his Ironborn crew, that somehow semi-accepted him back, even though Asha wasn't with him. Whatever. We're not gonna go into it tonight. I'm feeling jolly. I don't want to ruin my mood. So.
Good.
So Theon shows back up, and we get the Jon, like, being all like, I'd murder you if Sansa would let me. Haha. So, fuck you, but hi.
And then Theon's like, is Sansa okay?
It was soft.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was doing a lot of thinking. There are a lot of parallels between Theon and young Peter Baelish.
Yes.
Or not. Yeah, but Theon is the example of a redeemable character versus Peter Baelish, who's an irredeemable villain.
Yeah.
He's done so many bad things that he's not at this point going to redeem himself, where Theon has done a couple bad things but is about to redeem himself. He's doing things to redeem himself in the books.
Yes.
It's an interesting parallel in a way, but also interesting to see those arcs kind of go against each other, like crescendo, decrescendo in each direction. Very interesting.
Yes, it is.
They were both wards of families they could never quite belong to, you know. Holy crap, so then we open on the scene. I just want to say, this was the scene. It was amazing. You could fight me on it. I would never apologize for the show as much as I'm about to apologize, but this scene was the next Field of Fire. It was amazing. It must have been so fun and rewarding for all the Dothraki extras to shoot and be yelling and screaming. All the Dothraki screamers, 40,000 Dothraki screamers. What a foreshadow, mirror, parallel, beginning to now, just moment, just Field of Fire, bitches, Drogon, overhead, fantasy, CGI, roasting the grounds. That is what we have been waiting for. This is what we were promised.
Dragons,
the first
bitch.
episode, exactly, dragons, bitch. We were promised all of this. It's amazing. It's amazing. There's nothing better. This was amazing. Amazing. Credit where credit is goddamn due. That is a battle scene. We watched a battle scene.
Yeah, we did.
Charging at Dany. Drogon getting hit by the dragon harpoon. That dragon harpoon was way better on screen than on paper from what we heard from the leaks.
Yes.
On screen, it was amazing. It was scary. God, all of it was just an intense setup. It all hit in a row. I was very impressed and content with the Field of Fire scene.
Yeah.
Very impressed, very content. That's what I have to say about it.
I'm right there with you. I I enjoyed the fact that Jamie was just like, we can hold them, get together. And then he sees fucking Drogon coming over the mountain and he's like, we can't hold that, never mind. Okay, not so much.
Something I really want to talk about was the look Tyrion gave Jamie. That, like, depressing, like, oh no, my brother look. It gave me a little, you care again. You know, like,
Yeah.
they're showing that the characters do care about each other. They
How
are
strange.
filling a lot of plot holes this season. I'm very impressed. They're filling more than they usually fill. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. Like, they are, though. They're filling a lot of plot holes that they previously have not. They talked about Myrcella dying with Tyrion and Ilaria.
Yep.
They talked with Tyrion. They have Tyrion look at Jamie during this and look sad. Like, if only they had developed Where Do Whores Go, whatever. But that's how I felt. I felt like we were watching Where Do Whores Go, thought Tyrion as he watched Jamie charge at Daenerys. Like, it felt very in-universe tonight. It felt very in this world, in this fantasy world that we've grown into. So,
Yep.
I was impressed.
I was too. I enjoyed seeing, like, I mean, even just the few little lines that we got from Tyrion during that battle scene. Like, you could just see the thought process going through his brain, and the exact moment when he realized that Jamie was just gonna be like, well, fuck it, guys, let's try it. And he's just like, my brother's a dumbass.
Yeah. Man,
There's a reason I'm the smart one.
It's true. Oh man, it was a lot. There was a lot of emotional development that we haven't had in a while. I feel like they really brought it this episode. I hope we only have 3 more episodes this season, so I think they're going to bring it just as well this season. I think they're about to hard hit us every episode. I feel so optimistic being able to speak about the show right now because, you know, usually I'm negative Nancy. Usually I'm not the best for this, but right now I'm feeling really on board. Like, really on board.
Same.
It's just like when you first watch the show, the fantasy element that they talk about and give you a little bit of, all of it is pretty decent, but it fades after a few seasons when they just don't give you what you're looking for. And now I feel like here we are and it's happening again. It feels like a rebirth. It feels like this was finally the step that Game of Thrones took to put themselves back on the map, like a rebrand, a fantasy rebrand. I feel like it was a fantasy rebrand.
Yes. They took the world that they had been building and then kind of they kind of butchered a little bit for a while there. I mean, even just show watchers were like they stumbled a lot.
Is what happened.
And I mean, even the show watchers were like, yeah, about a lot of stuff. And I feel like since they have, what is it, 13 episodes left total?
This was episode 4, right?
No, I mean, like, with, like, season 7 and season 8.
What I'm saying was this was episode 4?
Yeah.
So, there's 3 left this season, and then there's 6 left, so 9 episodes. We are at 9 episodes.
With 9 episodes, they have to step it up. They have to make one of the most expensive shows to film, and with some of the highest paid actors.
The biggest cast.
The biggest cast in pretty much any show out there. They have to go out with a bang, and they have to bring it all together and make people be as invested in it as they were for season 1.
And they're finally coming to that. They're coming to that close. They're bringing you home again, so
which
to
is
speak.
excellent.
So, I feel good about this episode. I feel good about the direction of the show. I know it's not going to be the books. I know it won't be as complex as the books are. It won't be the same. But I am feeling a little bit proud of how they finally took it. They got there. It took them a little bit to redirect, but they got there.
They did.
They're going home with it. I don't want to sound like obsessed with it, but I just want to say, like, I do respect with what they're doing. They're going there. They're going to make it happen. It might not be my favorite how they get there, but we'll get there, and the books will eventually come out, and we'll be happy. So I respect that. I respect what they've been doing.
Same.
I'll give him that.
Same.
Jamie falling into the water there, in his armor. Is he gonna survive? Yeah.
His plot armor is gonna save him. Duh.
He has a strength sister.
So like I'm pretty sure most people believe, and so do I, that it was Braun that like was like this motherfucker and like went and saved him. I don't think he's gonna survive. I think I think he's dead. I think he sacrificed himself to save Jamie.
That'll be a sad death too.
Which is horribly upsetting because I fucking love his actor like so hard.
Ron of the Bong, Blackwater, not Bongwater. He will be fucking sad, dead.
Jesus Christ.
God, can we just talk about Drogon?
Yeah, I guess.
That was intense. That was so intense.
It really was. When Braun finally like got that one hit off of him, I was like, yes, we done did the thing.
It's hard because it was very hard to root for one side during that battle. I wanted to root for both sides. I was like, yeah, Jamie, yeah, Tyrion, get it.
Yeah.
Get both of you. Good for you. Like, you guys fight each other. Good for you.
Yeah, and that was also something. I mean, that it's something that comes up again and again and again in the books, is that there is no black and white, especially in the Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. It's all one giant fucking shade of gray.
Yeah.
There may be a house of black and white, but
true.
But nobody's black and white in the Game of Thrones.
Exactly. Very nuanced, very layered and complex. It's not quite that easy. It's not quite as easy to just say, this person's bad, this person's good. There's different motivations across the board.
Yes. There's different reasonings for everyone.
It's pretty crazy to watch Jaime and Tyrion be on the same battlefield together.
Yeah, I mean, especially since Tyrion is just kind of chilling there.
During the Field of Fire.
Yeah. Somebody actually brought up a good point on Twitter. So, like, Dany still doesn't really know Tyrion that well. I mean, they've been together for maybe a year-ish. And, like, she just, without really any real reason, trusts that Tyrion isn't gonna fuck her over.
Which he's not, I don't think.
No, I don't think he is either, but she literally invites him to a battlefield where he finds out that his brother is in danger of being set aflame by a goddamn dragon, but she's just like, he's cool.
He's cool.
We're bros. It's fine.
There's a lot of suspension of belief this season for us. Like, I mean, we just have to, like, agree it's happening and accept it. Which is what it is. It's the end of the show. It's the end of all of the narrative. The plot is barreling towards an end, and we just have to go with it.
Yep.
Unfortunately. And you know what? Not just book readers are noticing that. I mean, there are people that don't read the books. One of my coworkers, Zach, he doesn't read the books. He only watches the show. And every day, he keeps coming in every Monday just madder than the week before, going, this doesn't make sense. These characters aren't the same characters we watched last season. Blah, 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 like, mad. He's mad. And I have to defend the show, and I don't even love the show.
Which is so weird.
It's funny to watch. It's kind of like, oh, why do you hate it now? Damn it, I don't have time for you to hate it, you know?
I don't have time for this. I don't have time to explain to you why everyone hates it.
I only have time for me to hate it, not for you to hate it. Ugh.
Exactly.
I don't know. That dragon harpoon was really cool on screen.
Yeah, it was.
In writing, I didn't think it was that good.
Yeah.
I was worried about how it was going to turn out, but on screen, I was petrified. I was like, no, how dare you? How dare you touch my baby dragon with that? And the sound Drogon made when he got hit hurt me. It was a pain, like when Grey Wind died, like that whine. I was like, oh no. I was upset.
Like, okay, you know how I am with dragons.
Yes, absolutely.
Dragons are my babies.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, don't really care for the Game of Thrones dragons.
Wow.
Like, I mean, Drogon. I don't care for Drogon. Definitely, I kind of care for Rhaegal and Viserion more than I do Drogon, which is
Oh.
it's probably because we don't see them. They're like the stepbrothers that whenever it's time for visitors, they get put back. They get like put back in the back whenever visitors come.
No one cares about them.
Exactly. And then Drogon's like the golden child, and he's like out in front and center every time that there's people there to say hello. So I don't know. I guess I can't I don't I can't bring myself to care about Drogon as much as I do the other two. Or I mean, even what you said about Grey Wind, like no, not anywhere near how upset I was about Grey Wind.
No. I'm still sad though. I mean, I don't want any of them to get hurt. I feel like the dragons are good. They don't deserve anything bad. I'm sad. I know we have to part with our favorite fantasy animals someday. I truly think the end of Game of Thrones is going to be no dragons, no magic. I think it's going to be done. I think that's part of the end. I think all the magic is going to go away.
So what's gonna happen in Bran?
Bran, he's the last hero, man. He's gonna give himself. He's gonna help with the long night. But his sword breaks. His dog dies. His friends die. He's the last hero, dog. The Stark kids are tragic.
Summer must die so winter can come.
That hurts, first off, so I don't think you should ever talk ever again.
What would you do without me?
Be sad about the direwolves on my own.
Exactly, so suck it up, bitch. You'll be sad with me.
Dying. Oh, I just got a tweet. Hold on, let's see if it'll load.
I just keep getting notifications for my my aesthetic tweet. I'm very proud of this tweet. It says the Dothraki screaming down a mountainside and slaughtering Lannisters is my hashtag aesthetic. And then it has
I like that one.
Yeah, and then it has Eerie, one of the handmaidens for Daenerys, saying it is known as a gif. So I thought that was appropriate. It is known that is my aesthetic. I'm currently at 138 likes on that tweet. I'm very excited for myself.
Congratulations. Everyone go find that tweet and like it. Here's my tweet. Real Peterman on Twitter, one of my great buddies, replied and said, I was thinking how mad you would be during the Mira three-eyed sociopath scenes. That's true. I am mad. No, I am. He's correct. 100% correct. I could be angrier. The big thing about why I'm mad about this is they just didn't give us the precedent that they kind of implied. Like, they implied there was a precedent that didn't exist. We haven't seen this precedent, but we're supposed to believe this precedent exists. And I 100% think Bran will become like this, become what we're seeing him as the shell of the three-eyed raven. He will become this way, but it's going to take precedent. Like, everything else in this story is going to have more precedent in the books when they come out. It will be more layered and nuanced. It'll be easy to believe by the time we get to it. But right now, it's just they're charging through plot point. They have to get people where they are. I think it's important they're making Bran this kind of lifeless, emotionless thing, because he's probably going to have to make some crazy choices in the wars to come, just like Bloodraven did. Bloodraven's not a good character. He's a gray, morally kind of bad character that we're introduced to in the books, and in the show even. And he's not good. He's not bad, but his role in this war is not a good role. It's a interestingly layered role.
It really is.
Yeah. Man, I just feel like there's a lot to come in the next 3 episodes. We have the next 3 weeks to really get into it. Next week, I'll be coming at you. I'll be in Buffalo. Hopefully we'll have a guest on. We might have poor Quentin Emmett Booth on Tumblr and Twitter on with us to chat, so that'll be fun. I love his takes on Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire, so it'll be great to have him on. See if we have Kevin back. I don't know. Maybe he'll be back from his vacation. Otherwise, you'll get me and Elena, the Bear Air on Twitter, Big C Mormont. You'll get us next week. Otherwise,
we will hopefully see you then.
Thanks for tuning in, you guys, to another episode of Drunk Song of Ice and Fire History After Thrones, The Hangover. Tune in next week. We will talk to you then. We'll have some fun polls in the meantime. And
any good ideas for the polls for this week? Any hints for our listeners there?
We don't know where we're gonna go, but tweet at drunk ASOIAF, drunk ASOIAF on Twitter if you have any ideas, and we will talk to you then.